This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
Matt Show. On the show today, we have a safety educator. You've probably heard, about damsels in defense. Have you heard of that?
Oh,
that
sure, absolutely.
Before? Yeah, not in distress, in defense. They're in control. And so today with us safety educator Lori Osmond.
Yes.
Right? Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for coming on the show. You recently presented at a real estate team meeting that we had a couple weeks back, and I was blown away. The room was blown away by what it is your company does and how you help not only other real estate agents stay safe, but just, what is it, men, women, and what's your term?
Women, children, and nice men.
And nice men. So you help women, children, and nice men stay safe. So you mind just giving us a quick background on what it is you do and how you help people?
Okay, so we've been around for 13 years. I have been a safety educator for 11. Our corporate's based out of Nampa, so wish I would have found it 13 years ago. And we educate, equip, and empower, like I said, women, children, and nice men. I do home classes. I do self-defense classes with other self-defense instructors. I do real estate safety. We do all kinds of trainings, depending on what people want.
Awesome. And so what's great about you is it's a very easy path to being prepared, as you like to say, be prepared, not scared.
Yeah.
It's a very easy path, and there's just a lot of misinformation, bad information, lack of information out there. Like, for example, you were telling me a story about this older gentleman who you impacted his life. Like, he's not a real estate agent, and he's not a female. You mind sharing that story?
Yeah. So it was probably about 8 years ago, and he was in his 70s, and he was probably about 5'4", and I was presenting to a running club, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, Lori, guess what? I bought a stun gun from you 2 years ago." And guess what? And I said, "What?" And he goes, "It sends off an aura about me, and no one messes with me." And that made my day, because he runs now with his head up. He walks with a purpose, runs with a purpose, and he has some protection just in case.
So when you say stun gun, I'm envisioning like something like a cop would have, like a taser type of a thing. What does it look like?
So that's a taser. This is a stun gun, and ours actually has a disabled pin on it. So if somebody were to pull it from me, they wouldn't be able to use it against me.
So if you're listening, it looks basically like it's the size of pepper spray.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. We have different ones, but this is the main one that I sell. It's the little ringer, and that I use. But it's got a really good punch to it. It's got 18 milliamps, and a police officer's taser has 44 milliamps. So it's enough to drop someone. We teach you to stun and run.
Stun and run. You mind
you want to fire
popping
it
up a little? Yeah. I can hear that. Can you hear that, Matt?
Sure, absolutely.
That's great. Because here's the thing is that if you are using that thing, things have devolved. Like you're in a rough situation, but that can also be used as a deterrent.
Sure.
Yes, totally.
You can just pop that off and do you have any stories, any examples of where that's helped?
For instance, so if you're walking out and it's dark, maybe you're leaving the office late, and you may not see anybody, but it's dark and you never know. You just push that a couple of times.
Got your flashlight.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can give a warning shot like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to scare off anybody that's thinking about doing anything.
But not only people, like you've been on walks, right, before with your dogs?
Yep. And it scared the other dogs away. And actually a bear up at Lake Tahoe, we were camping, and this bear was coming into the campground, and we started yelling and fired this off, and that thing took off really fast.
Nice.
But 99% of bad guys are going to go, "No, thank you. I want an easy target. I don't want that woman that's going to fire that off. That's going to hurt me." Because bad guys, they just look for the easy target, not someone who's going to hurt them.
What powers something like that?
It's rechargeable, and it has a lifetime warranty. So this one that I just fired off is 3/4 charged. I just push that button and it tells me. And you just plug it in. It comes with a car charger and a wall charger. So pretty awesome.
Really, really easy.
And how long do you think it lasts before you need to charge it?
Oh,
I mean, I guess it would depend on how much you're using it, right?
Yeah, when I'm at an event, I fire these things off, letting people try them, and for 2 or 3 days, and I don't have to recharge it. I do after that, but if you use the flashlight, like going out to your car at night or out into your yard to let your dog go to the bathroom or whatever you have to do, if you use your flashlight a lot more, then you'll just look at the little thing and charge it.
Oh my gosh, so that thing actually helped me recently. I bought one for Valerie. I don't own one personally. I need to.
Yeah.
But
Dudes in Defense. Is that your new brand?
Dudes in Defense.
Dudes in Defense.
Nice dudes.
Nice dudes in defense. So we were at where were we? We were visiting JJ Mack. JJ Mack's been on the show many times, and we were at his house in Truckee, and I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning to my little 3-year-old just screaming because he didn't know where anybody was, and so he's screaming. He's messed him. He's gone in his diaper. We need to change him. I'm like, where do I put this diaper? I go to the mudroom. JJ's locked their 2 cats in there, so the cats aren't roaming free.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, crap. I can't put the diaper in here with the cats. They might cause a problem, right? So I go to leave, and right before I shut the door, one of the cats escapes into the house.
Oh man, you're in
and
trouble
I'm like,
now.
oh my gosh! Now I'm like trying to find this cat. I can't find the cat. And
This is great.
And so then, 15, 20 minutes later, JJ comes down because he heard all the noise and stuff. And like, dude, where do you want me to put this diaper? He's like, just throw it in the trash can in the garage. It's a detached garage. Just go outside and throw it in the trash can outside so it doesn't stink up the house. Like, got it. And so I go and I walk out. And so one cat's already in the house. One cat's still in the mudroom. I walk out. I thought I shut the door behind me.
Did you tell him that one of your cats is loose?
I thought I'm not, dude. I don't know where the cat is. He's like, it's fine as long as it's in the house. They're indoor cats. And so I walk up. I throw I'm using your little flashlight on that thing to find the detached garage.
It's a bright light.
It's a great light. And then I'm walking back in, and that stupid cat, the second cat. It was like waiting there at the door. It was looking at me, and then all of a sudden it just bolted.
Oh,
it bolted
man.
outside in the snow. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm running around chasing this cat in the
Wow.
snow with your flashlight, but I was able to catch the cat. The cat would have. It was a black cat. It would have been gone if I wasn't.
You zapped it?
I did not zap it.
So it was easy to carry back.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to run away anymore.
He didn't put up
Tell
a
you
fight
that right now.
Yeah, no. Anyways, to put a bow on the story, I got the cat. The flashlight helped, and then later that morning, the cat pissed on my pants.
Oh,
so the
wow.
cat and I continued to battle for the rest of the weekend.
See,
wow.
you would have zapped it.
Yeah, it never would have done that. But point being, it's a useful tool to have around the house,
Yeah.
whether you're trying to catch cats or deter bad guys. You know, and but I love how it pops. Like when you are doing those presentations live, like in person, all of a sudden everybody kind of sits up straight. They pay attention because. But here's the thing: in order to know to even activate the stun gun, you need to be paying attention. Yeah. Right. You need to see the threat. You need to. So, can you speak a little bit about how you train people on how to identify threats?
So, it's, like you said, the sound of it, everybody listens. I mean, it's the same thing as like a shotgun, right? It's a universal sound. So you're going to rack your shotgun at home, right?
Yeah.
Many people aren't going to carry that around for protection, but you just fire that off. That's a universal sound, and most people go, no, thank you. If you're uncomfortable, you fire off a warning shot. I teach people to say, back the you-know-what away from me and fire it off. 99% of the guys are going to go the other way. If they come at you, I teach you to grab back on if they grab you. The last thing I teach you to do is go for the belly because they're going to pull it from you. And if they do, I have these other lines of self-defense right here. But I would go for the neck, the underarm, the leg, or up underneath in the private area.
Love it. And what's cool about that thing, too, is if they do try to grab it from you, there's a pin.
Yep.
And so the pin releases, and then
then it's just a flashlight.
Yep.
And the nice thing about that is people with little kids.
Oh, so the guy can't use it on
against
you.
you.
It
Got
disarms it.
Yeah.
And also your children can't use it. So pepper spray you need to be aware of when you have littles. I have grandchildren, and they can't use this because it's not plugged in until I put the pin in it and it's in my hand.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm walking around. The pepper spray, they could flip and press the actuator, and bam, pepper spray is nasty. And it's a very, very, very good defense tool. It's a very good one. But yeah, I recommend this for moms and dads with littles.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense because we have littles, 3 and almost 1.
Oh.
And oh my word. Like they could grab that, they would just be so curious.
Yep.
Next thing you know, it's in his mouth and he's pressing a button, and it's like that would not be a good thing.
So what happens to someone when they are zapped by that?
So it depends.
Is it a taser?
No, tasers shoot out prongs, and that's what law enforcement has, and those are pretty big and bulky. This is electricity and so if somebody were to grab me and I put it on their neck, it's not going to make the sound that you hear because it's going into their body, but it will not come through to me. Okay, and it locks up muscle groups, and I have an awesome video that I can share with you of a guy who got his friend. They were just, drunk guys messing around, and his friend stunned him hard enough in the leg. It dropped him for 12 seconds.
Wow.
And he tried to get up, and he's a 230-pound man.
Oh, wow.
Pretty strong. And tried to get up, fell back down, and then finally was able to get up. So it's kind of nice for us to know, you stun and run. You don't want to stick around.
Yeah.
And with the pepper spray, I say spray and get away.
Yeah. So speaking of pepper spray, that's another tool you have, and there's some cool features to different pepper sprays that you offer. So for example, let's go the one with the noiseless,
Bluetooth?
the Bluetooth.
Okay, so this pepper spray, it also has a disabled pin, and this is our protected pepper. So if this gets pulled from me, no one can use it against me because it will disarm it, and there will be nothing to push it against. This is a button here that I can press, and it will send my 5 pre-programmed contacts my exact location.
Oh, love that.
And yes, and where I'm going every minute to 5 minutes, and it won't stop till I go into the app on my phone. That's free, and I have to say I'm safe now and put in my PIN code. I can also flip the actuator and press it, and that will deploy my pepper spray and press the button at the same time.
Wow.
Well, can you explain this a little bit more? Because I'm very intrigued by that, especially even for seniors.
Yes.
Because my parents are getting older.
Yes.
Explain that feature again with a little bit more detail.
So this has a Bluetooth inside here.
That connects to your phone then,
connects
right?
to the app on the phone. That is no monthly charge. It's free. And you push that down, it'll send those people your exact PIN location.
So in the app, you've set up 5 different contacts that you want to be alert to be sent out.
Kind of like those necklaces. I've fallen and I can't get up type of a thing.
Right.
Right.
It shows you, but what's cool is a lot of people say, "Oh, I track my kids. I know where they are." Well, guess what? Or your parents. We don't know when they're in danger.
Yep.
Right.
This is an alarm. And then this one, this is an alert. This has a silent alarm button right there and a really loud alarm if I were to pull this. And that has the same Bluetooth in it. And then we have another one called Silent Signal that is just a silent alarm. So as a realtor, like you are, you could press that silent button if you're feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
So what she's using right now, it looks like a fob on a keychain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got a little light on it too. But that's a silent alarm so that they'll know exactly where you are, and up to 5
love
people
that.
could call you and locate you.
So that signal goes to the app on your phone, and then what does the app on the phone do?
It triggers the 5 people that you've pre-programmed. So I call them your 5 Batmans. They're going to come to your rescue.
Yep.
And we did have a lady use it. I know I told you about that story about the lady who was feeling uncomfortable. She had
Like a car lot or
parking lot.
Yeah.
Number 1 place to be assaulted. Okay, there's 3 most common places: parking lots and garages, stairwells, and public bathrooms. And parking lots, people go, "I don't go out at night." Well, it's in the daytime too, so it's not just for going out at night. But she was uncomfortable. She got her 2 kids in the car. She had pushed the button, got in the car, locked it, and by the time she was driving out, her husband and her mom were on the way to her because they could see she needed help and where she was.
Yeah.
So is it calling those contacts?
It's sending a text message to them, and it says, "This is my location. I've deployed my pepper spray."
I love
or
that.
pulled
I'm going to
my
have to
alarm.
give me a couple of those for sure.
Yeah. And here's why I really enjoy them is like coming from like my perspective as a real estate agent. I don't know how many times we use the Life 360 app to
me
track
too.
each other. And I'll know she's at an appointment and my wife's at an appointment. And I'll be like, I just want to check on her. Has she moved a little bit?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Right.
if any what's going down.
Yeah.
And I don't,
Right.
and she wouldn't really have time to, "Hey
'Cause
Siri,
you're right.
call Johnny," you know?
I'll know. Yeah, I'm the same thing because I have my wife on 360, and if she hasn't moved for quite a while, I'm thinking, did she get into an accident? Is she okay?
Yeah.
You know, and if she won't answer my text or something. So I love that feature, especially for my dad and his wife. My stepmom, she has Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah.
And it's tough for her to, move around, and
Yeah.
oftentimes my dad's at work. So for her to have something like that
Yep.
would be super important. And even my dad's, he's getting up there. He's had heart attacks, and him driving on the road and having something like that, I think is really super beneficial.
Yes, I agree.
So we've gone over the stun guns and we've gone over one of the pepper spray options.
Oh, yeah. And then we have the other pepper sprays. This is a simple one, and you should replace your spray every year to 2.
Okay.
This pops right out. You can see the expiration date on the bottom. pop it right back in. They all have a UV dye that stays
So what
in
does
the
that
body.
do? What's the UV?
Oh,
So,
nice.
so if I were to spray someone, okay, and it'll shoot 16 feet, I won't spray you.
Thank you. You're making me nervous. You're looking
You're
at
behaving.
I'm a nice man.
I teach people to do a Z pattern across the face, eyes, nose, mouth, get to the side and book it. Because if I spray you and you're running at me, you're still going to try to grab me, but you're not going to be able to see for about 45 minutes. It's very, very
Wow.
potent. And the UV dye will stay on the body for 6 to 8 days. So if the person is able to get away, the cop can put a black light on him and it'll shine the UV dye all over.
When we come back, we're actually going to go a story about how somebody used this pepper spray. Back after this.
Well, the Super Bowl's going to be here before you know it, and as soon as that confetti falls, folks are going to be hopping into their cars, driving around town, looking for their next home. Are you going to be ready for them? There's no need to be nervous or scared, especially when you've got Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Realty. There's a reason why, guys, they were voted #1 team in Roseville for 3 straight years, why they have over 950 5-star Google reviews. If you want to sell your home, but you don't want to do open houses or staging or do those costly needed repairs, then reach out to Johnny Jennings because they can get you at least 3 cash offers, 1, 2, 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. All you got to do is Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty today and get more for your home.